Ya van segundos y te extraño. Que dure siempre esta casualidad. Es que los otros no entenderán lo que se siente ser amigos, ser tan buen amantes, baby, un poquito más. Que dure siempre esta casualidad. Es que los otros no entenderán lo que se siente ser amigos, ser tan buen amantes, baby, un poquito más.
Hello everyone, this is Bruna and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be crocheting this super cute and fluffy top right here. It's a tank top that I see everywhere as a pyjama top, and that's what I had in mind since the beginning when I planned this top right here. But when I've tried this top like this, it changed my mind, and I want this to be kind of like a tank top, but also as a vest too that you can wear on top of other tops too. So I think that this top is super versatile. You can wear as a pyjama top, as a stay home kind of top, or even as a going out top. So you can wear this up however you want. You can make this in many different colors. I decided to do a tan one, more like a nude caramel shade, this one right here. I really love this one, but you can use any fluffy kind of yarn. I think it's going to look really pretty. Just follow the measurements that I explained in the video, and you can make this using any yarn that you want. So yeah, super excited about this one. I'm really happy on how it turned out. As you can see, I'm super excited. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, make sure to give a massive thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe, to turn on the notification to receive a notification every time I post a new video. So I hope you enjoy, and let's begin with today's tutorial. So first, let's talk about the materials that we are going to be using for today's video, in which will be these ones right here. First, we have this amazing yarn that I found on Amazon. It's from the Lion brand. I love yarns from Lion brand. So this is that baby soft boucle. I think that's how we pronounce it, but sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I think it's boucle. I think so. This one is 100 grams and 120 yards, just if you are wondering, here in one skein. And the yarn weight is bulky number 5, and this one is 100% polyester. So for the hook, I've tried with the 6.5 that it says here in the yarn in the label, but I didn't really like the results that it was giving me when I was crocheting, so I decided to go down to a 5mm hook, and it was perfect. You will see soon, because I will show you the very first part I've created, and it looks really good. So I'm going to be using a 5mm hook, but you can just decide which one you want to use. Try it first before you create the project, so you know which one you want to use. And right here I have my little coaster that I have a tutorial. I'm going to be linking that in the description if you want to make one for yourself, because I thought it would be really cute to have my little tools right here, my trusty tools. These are all the tools that I recommend for crocheting. And right here I have some stitch markers, a small pair of scissors, my trusty measuring tape. I'm always using a measuring tape. And last, right here we have some Tapestry needles. I have two sizes, one that is a little bit larger and one that is a little bit smaller. Probably I'm going to be using the large one for this yarn, but we will see when I do the weave-ins. So these are all the materials, and now we are going to be talking about the very first measurement you're going to be making to create the very first part of this top right here, this pyjama top. And also, if you want to make this project a little bit smaller or larger, you will need to change this measurement depending on what size you want to do, and also if you are now following the same size as the one that I'm explaining here in the video. The sizing that I'm going to be doing will be, let's say, small, medium, kind of in between that, because I'm doing a little bit bigger than my actual size. So our top is going to be just like a vest. The very first measurement that we are going to be doing will be the bust measurement. My bust measurement is 88 centimeters. And what I decided to do is just make a little bit bigger. So instead of doing exactly to my measurement, I am adding 2 centimeters to this measurement right here. So I'm doing 90 centimeters for my bust area. So you can do exactly the same to be nice and snug, or you can add the 2 centimeters if you want. So this is the very first measurement we are going to be taking. And one last thing you want to do with this measurement, once you have it, you want it to divide it by 2. So that's 45 centimeters in my case. So this is the centimeter that you have to keep in mind. So this is the very first part and the very first thing that we are going to be doing for the front and the back of our pajama top, our vest top. I don't know how I'm calling this yet, but let's call it a pajama top because it's super fluffy. I want it to be more like a stay-at-home kind of top. So this one right here we are going to be using for the front and the back. This one right here will be the front of my top, and in the video right here I will be explaining the back, because this one I have the yarn right here and I don't want it to fasten off, because we are going to be continuing right here and create the front of the top, in which is going to be kind of like a v-neck. I've created this one kind of like a rounded neck, but I am doing a v-neck for my top. But this one is going to be the front of my top, and the back is going to be exactly like this one right here. And I just want to measure this because this is what we have so far. And this one right here, it's 44.5, so it's super close to the centimeter that we need. So you want to get as close as possible to half of the measurement that you've taken at the beginning of the video, the 90 centimeters. So this is the very first part. Right here I have 24 rows. I have my little note right here. So right here I have 24 rows in total, and we are going to be doing this part now. The very first thing you have to do is to create a chain that it's long enough to cover half of your bust measurement, so the 45 centimeter in my case. So I'm going to be leaving my measuring tape right here. So the first thing you have to do is to create a slip knot, and then from here we are going to be creating our chain. Remember that this yarn, it's super fluffy, so it's going to be hard to find the stitches. So do count the stitches and the chains that you are doing, because it's really hard to go back and count it again. So for this very first part here, for my chain, I've created a chain of 52 chains, which was to fit here my centimeter, so my 45 centimeters. So I'm just going to be creating here 52 chains, and then I will be back and show you how you're going to be measuring on the measuring tape. So we have a chain of 52. You can see it looks super fluffy and it's quite hard to see the stitches, but I'm going to be giving you a few tips on how you work with fluffy yarn, so stay tuned for the next part. So first we have to measure our chain to make sure that we are following the centimeter and the measurement that we measured at the beginning of the video. So if I don't stretch, I reach to 39 centimeters, but if I stretch just a little bit, I reach to 45, which is the measurement that I want. So that's what you want to do. So you're going to be making a chain that it's 6 centimeters less than the measurement that you are doing, because then when you stretch it, it's going to reach to the centimeter that you need. I think that's going to be helping you a lot if I tell you that, because if you do exactly to 45 without stretching, what's going to happen is going to stretch even more. It's going to reach like 50 something. So you want to make sure that you do stretch just a little bit so it reaches the measurement that you want. So I got really close here so you can see what I'm doing, because this row, the very first one, it's very important, and we want to make sure that we cover all the stitches that we have here in the base, the chains right here, and that we also count it to make sure that we have 52 stitches, 52 half double crochets that we are going to be doing right now. So we are going to be preparing right here for a half double crochet. So you're going to be wrapping the yarn around the hook, and here at the back, if you turn this way, we have one loop right here and one here, and this is our third one. So this is the one that we are going to be getting. So prepare for a half double crochet. You're gonna go through that third chain right here, and then right here we are going to be creating a half double crochet. So you're going to pull up a loop, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all these 3 loops here together. So we have the first part right here, which is the chain, and then we have the second, which is the half double crochet. So now we are going to be doing exactly the same, but this time we are going to be counting our stitches, and you want to make sure that you have 52 half double crochets, including the very first chain right here, this very first part here that we have here. Find the next stitch. So this one is that one, so now you're going to be finding the next one. You can just open it and you can see that there is 1 stitch here, 1 here. So that's how you're going to be finding the chains that you have here in the base. And you can look for it. So right here, you can see that there is 1 stitch here. And that's what we are going to be doing for this very first row. So once you have done the half double crochets on top of the chain, mine it's 52 half double crochets, including the chain right at the beginning. So now we are going to be measuring that without stretching right here. Mine reaches to 44.5. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to be adding anything else because that's quite close to the measurement that I needed. And to count, because you want to make sure that you have 52 half double crochets right here into the very first row, you're going to be finding the very first one here, and then you're going to be using the other hand to guide you into the next stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see, you find the half double crochets just like that, and then you can count to see if you have the same amount of chains that you've created right at the beginning. So that's how you're going to be counting and knowing that you have exactly the amount that you need. So now for the second row, it's going to be easier than the first one because we are going to be following the spaces that we have here in between the half double crochets. So first we are going to be starting with a chain of 2, and then we are going to be turning our project just like this. You're going to be finding the very first space in between this half double crochet and this one, and right here is going to be our very first half double crochet. So you're going to be creating a half double crochet right here, the very first one. So once you've done the first one, you're going to be finding the second space, and then right here, the second half double crochet. A little tip for you is to finish this half double crochet and don't move your fingers from here, because then you can get lost. Once you finish this half double crochet, then you move into the next space, find it, and now you create this half double crochet right here. Go into the next space and create it right here at the top. And this is going to be what we are going to be doing for this very first part, so super easy. So I got here towards the end and I have 3 stitches I think left right here. Yeah, so I have 49, 50 and 51 right here. For the very first row you will have 52 right here stitches, and for the next one, because we are going in between the half double crochets, we are not going to be having the same amount as the very first row. We are going to be having 51, just 1 less stitch than the previous row right here. And from this row it's going to be the same until we finish the very first part. So I'm just going to finish here the last 3 that I have to do. So 2, and then the last one right here into the very last little space that we have. So now to go into the next row, remember that we have to keep as 51, so do count your stitches from now on just to make sure that you are doing the correct amount and to keep your work nice and straight. So start with a chain of 2, turn your work, and then you're going to be finding the very first little space, and then right here we are going to be creating our first half double crochet. Find the next one, half double crochet, the next one right here, half double crochet. So now I'm just going to be creating half double crochets all the way down, following the same steps, and this one right here is going to be my last one. So I'll meet you right at the end so I can finish this row here with you, and then I will explain to you what we are going to be doing next. So I got here at the end, so 48, 49, 50, and 51. So here we have 3 rows completed. For this very first part right here, I've done 24 rows. As I told you, this one is going to be my back piece. So I'm going to be repeating the same steps until I have 24 rows in total. And what is going to be the process? You will be doing the very first one, which will be 24 rows, exactly like this one. Once you have this one completed, you're going to fasten off and weave in your ends. I will come back to show you how to do that. And then you're going to be doing another one, exactly like the back, but this time you're not going to fasten off. You're going to be leaving the yarn attached to the project so we can create the front here of our pajama top. You might need to attach a new yarn ball because that's what I did with this one. So if I need more yarn to finish the back, what I'm going to be doing is finish the front first, and then I'm going to be using the rest of this yarn to finish my back. I will explain to you better when I come back. So this is what I've managed to do with one skein. So I have right here 22 rows. I need 24 for the back right here. So what I'm going to be doing, as I already mentioned, is finish the front right here, and then with the rest of this yarn I will finish the 24 rows. And when I finish the front here with you, I'll come back to this one and I'll show you how I join my yarns together to add a new yarn ball to the project. So when I come back to this one, I'll show you how I'm going to be doing that too. So before I go and show you how to make here the front of the top, this is our back, I just want to explain how I got these amount of rows right here for the back and the front. And all you have to do is to decide on the length that you want for the top to be. So to find the length that you want for this very first part before the V-neck, what you're going to be doing, it's from the middle of your breast right here, find the middle, and then you're gonna go down until the length that you want. I'm going to be doing 27.5. So it's kind of the size of this top that I'm wearing right now. Super wrinkly, but that's okay. So 27.5. It's what I'm going to be doing. You want to also make sure that you are nice and straight, because you don't want to bend it like this and you're gonna get a wrong measurement. So once you know that, that's the amount of rows that you're going to be doing. Remember that you have to kind of just move it around a little bit because it's quite stretchy, so you want to make sure that you do stretch a little bit here the piece. So you want to get as close as possible to this measurement right here. So from now, we are going to be doing this part right here, which is the V-neck, and I'm going to be showing you right now, so let's go. So I have my yarn attached right here. So here is where we are going to be starting, and we are going to be first separating the top right here into 2 sections. What I do, I just eyeball it. I don't count usually, but you can count your stitches if you want. So I just fold it in half right here, and then I find a stitch that it's right in the middle. So this one right here, I'm happy with this one. And then I just place a stitch marker right here, just so I know that that one is the middle stitch. So what we are going to be doing is just working from this point to the stitch marker, and we are going to be creating now some decreases to create the rectangles that will go right here at the front. So we are going to be first starting right here with the chain of 2, and by starting here with the chain of 2, it helps the finishing to be a little bit neater than starting straight away with the decreases. So chain 2 and turn project, So now you have to find the very first two spaces, so the very first one right here and the next one. And with these two right here, we are going to be doing a decrease. So how you do a decrease, first you're going to be wrapping here the yarn around the hook. You're going to go through the very first space right here, and you're going to pull up a loop right here. And then you're going to be doing the same into the next stitch. So at the end, we are going to be having 5 loops right here on the hook. And to decrease, all you have to do is to yarn over and pull through all the loops together. So right here now, instead of having 2 spaces, so 1, 2, we just have 1 right here for the next row. So now we are going to be creating here our half double crochets, just as before we were doing, until we have 2 spaces at the end before here the stitch marker. So here now we have 2 spaces left, so this one and the one from the stitch marker. So what we are going to be doing is creating a decrease right here. So I'm just gonna do a little bit slowly right here so you can see it's exactly the same way as we did at the beginning. We can keep the stitch marker right here to help us find here for the other side, so I'm not going to be removing the stitch marker. And to go into the next row right here, we are going to be following the same as we did here at the beginning. So starting with a chain of 2, turn project, find the very first space in the second one, and then you're going to be creating a decrease right here. And then go all the way down with half double crochets until you have 2 stitches left. So I'll meet you right at the end. It's going to be this one and the one from the chain right here. These 2 are the last 2 stitches. So right here we are going to be doing a decrease. And you're going to be repeating this for as many times as you want until you have the width for the strap that you want. I will check how many rows I'm going to be doing, and then I'll let you know when I come back, or I usually place it around here so you can see. So here we have our very first part completed. We are going to be repeating the same as we did here on the other side. And I just wanted to show you how this looks towards my body. So I'm just going to be placing it right here so you can see. So this is how it looks, as you can see. So this is the effect that we are going to be having. It's going to be a super pretty v-neck. And for this one right here, I've done 11 rows, if you are wondering. So right here we have 5 centimeters, which is 2 inches right here. And what we are going to be doing now is create the strap. So I will explain now how you're going to be measuring the strap. How you're going to be doing that is using a few pins, or ask someone to help you with this part because it can be just a little bit confusing. I'm going to be using some pins right here because I do everything by myself. So what you're going to do is you're going to be placing the top here towards yourself, and then you just want to pin the crochet here into the top that you are wearing. And from here we are going to be taking a measurement. So you're going to be placing the measuring tape here at the back, kind of towards here the end of the 24th row. So right here you see it's kind of the same direction as here, and then you're going to be bringing it forward and you're going to be checking this measurement. So right here is 38 centimeters. So this is the length of your strap. This is the length that you're going to be doing. This is the amount of rows that you have to do for your straps. Remember that you can always add and take away at the end, but for now we are going to be sticking out with this number right here. So right here we have a chain of 2, a decrease, a half double crochet right here, and another decrease right here. So first we are going to be starting as always, so chain 2, turn project. So you're gonna go right into this very first space, the very first one you can find, and then you're going to be creating a half double crochet right here, and then into the next one, and then into the last one right here. So this is going to be our base for our strap. You will see that it's going to get a little bit smaller because we are going to go now into the next row. So here now we are going to go and start with a chain of 2 again, turn project. Now instead of having 4 spaces right here, we have 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and we are going to be having these 3 spaces until the end of our strap. And if you want, you can add a stitch marker into this row right here, which was the last one with the decreases, because then we can measure from this stitch marker right here. So it's going to be from here all the way to the length that you want. So now we are going to go into this space and create a half double crochet right here, and then into the next one, and into the last one right here. So we are going to be having 4 half double crochets, including the chain here at the beginning. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So from here you're just going to be repeating the same steps until you have the length that you want. So here we have 38 centimeters, which is the sizing that we are doing, and when I pull this, it reaches to number 1. So that's what you want to do. So all this top here, when we put it on, is going to stretch. So for now we are going to be doing this. So from here I did 21 rows, so for now I'm going to be leaving us 21, because when I pull it, it reaches to the centimeters that I need. If I need to add more at the end, I'll let you know how many I did in total. So for now, 21 rows. So what we have to do now is just cut the yarn right here. I'm not going to fasten off right now. I'm just going to fasten off right at the end. And also when you're cutting, just leave a little bit of yarn so we can sew here the strap to the back piece. So what I'm going to be doing now is repeat the same steps that I did here on this side. I'm going to be repeating here on the other side. So attach your yarn right here and repeat the same steps all the way up. I'm going to be doing here on this side. So to attach a new yarn into your project, all you have to do is to create a slip knot. And then you're going to be choosing a stitch here to start with. I'm going to be starting right here where the stitch marker is. And then right here, you start with a single crochet. Just like this. And then you're going to be chaining 1. And then from here, you're going to be starting the pattern. So when I finish doing exactly what I did here on this side, I will be back, and then we are going to be finishing the 2 rows that I have to do here for this side. So this is how it looks like once we have the other side completed. As you can see right here, exactly like the other one. I'm just going to be removing all of my stitch markers right here. I've also cut this other side too, as you can see. And what I'm going to be doing now is just finish here the last 2 rows that I have to do here for the back. You're going to be getting the yarn that it's attached right here to the project, and you're going to be putting it right here. And then you're going to be getting the yarn that it's attached to the yarn ball, and you're going to be putting here on the other side. So with this side right here, you're going to be making a knot right here. And with this side right here, you're going to be making a knot right here. So let's do that first. Once you've done that, once you have both of the knots right here, you're going to be pulling the yarn that it's attached to the yarn ball and this one from the project. You're going to be pulling them until the knots right here, they get together and nice and tight. Just like this. Just give it a tug. Once you've done that, you're gonna go ahead and you're going to be cutting right here the ends off. You can cut quite close here and it's not gonna unravel. You can trust me on that. As you can see, it's not going to unravel. And from here we can continue with our project. So I'm going to be going ahead and finishing here the 2 rows that I have to do to complete my back, and then I will be back so we can join the top together. So I have completed my back piece right here, and I have here 24 rows, as you already know. First thing we have to do is to fasten off here the back. We can leave a good amount on this side because we can already sew this side right here with this yarn here. I think this is going to be enough. See? Yeah. And all you have to do is to pull this yarn here through the loop right here and just pull this yarn nice and tight to fasten off. We are going to weave all this in now. I like to do that first, but it's going to be up to you how you like to do it. So you can just place a stitch marker right here so you know that this is the reverse right here. So I'm going to be using a tapestry needle to weave in. So the first thing you want to do is to thread here the tapestry needle with this yarn right here. And all you have to do is to go through a couple of stitches kind of back and forth. Once you're happy, you're going to be choosing 1 stitch right here. And then into this stitch, we are going to fasten off right here to cut the yarn. So I usually go through this stitch here twice, just like that. And then I go through 1 more time. I create a little loop right here, and then I just pass the end right here through this loop, and then I just make it nice and tight. And now we can cut the yarn right here. So now I'm just going to be doing with all of the other ones that I have here around my project. So you want to make sure that you have the wrong side facing here, the table, and then the wrong side of the front. So this is the back, and then the front, you want to have the wrong side facing you. We are going to be closing from here before the decreases, so right here into row number 24 with row number 24 here from the back, and we are going to be sewing here the sides close. With this one, you can just thread this yarn and you can just sew the pieces together. If you need a new yarn, all you have to do is to grab a piece that you will be able to sew all the way through without having to change the yarn. So do get quite a lot of yarn. I usually get more than what I need. And then I'm just going to be threading this yarn here. I'm going to be counting the rows just to make sure that I do exactly to row number 24. So this is row number 24. So I'm going to be inserting my needle right here with this one right here. And then right at the end, we are going to be making a knot. And from here, it's very simple. You're just gonna get 1 stitch from one side, 1 stitch from the other, and sew the sides here together. So I'm just going to be continuing sewing this side right here close, and then I will be back. So once we have finished the sewing and the weave-ins here on this side, we are going to be doing now exactly the same here to the other side. So we can now remove all these stitch markers right here because we don't need them anymore. But we still need to remember to sew the strap here at the back on the reverse, okay? So don't turn your project yet. So before we turn the top inside out, we want to check the straps and sew the straps in place. What I do to be sure that the straps will fit me, I tried the top with the back facing my front here, my boobs. Oh, it's looking so fluffy. And then I just grab one of the straps and then I put it here. And we can see that it fits. I think I'm happy and I'm going to be keeping it like this. So 38 centimeters, I think I said 21 rows in total. I don't remember now, but I think that was it. So I'll keep it as it is. So once you're happy with the straps, we can now fasten off right here. And you can choose where they are gonna go. I think I'm gonna do it right here. I'm just going to be pinning this one in place, right here. And then I'm going to be sewing this one here in place, the same way I did here, the sides. We are done with our top and I'm so excited. Oh, it looks so cute. So now we can turn inside out and we have our super fluffy and soft pyjama top completed. Oh, everybody, it looks super cute. I'm super happy on how it turned out. Look at this cuteness. Look at this. Oh, it looks so cute, everyone. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know how yours turned out too, because I would love to know. I'm just going to take now a few measurements if you want to know the complete size of this top. So here from shoulder to bottom, it's 47 centimeters. That's 18.5 inches. And the width right here, it's 43 centimeters. That's 17 inches. Ooh, super excited. Oh, it looks super cute, everybody. So yeah, I think we are done with our top. Oh, I'm so happy. So thank you so much for sticking out until the end. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. And yeah, we have completed, congratulations, we have completed our very first pyjama top here on my channel. I'm super excited. So thank you everyone for watching my videos, for making my projects. It means so much to me. Thank you so much. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave your thumbs up, also your comment if you enjoyed, and also don't forget to subscribe here to the channel and to turn on the notification to receive notifications every time I post a new video. I post every Friday 2 p.m. GMT London time. So thank you everyone for watching again today's video, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye!